Just so. Vikings won on Monday night. We are loving it. Da 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 dun da 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 dun. But yeah, it's a look at what's going to be happening next week. I mean, well, later today in Seattle, Vikings touchdown not too long ago in Seattle. They posted around midnight Central Standard Time, so about 10 o'clock there. Well, it seemed like maybe even earlier there. But Minnesota, Minnesota's now going to go to Seattle. So, yeah. So beating the Bears was a great feat. And yeah. I wouldn't say an amazing feat, but it's something that should have been done. We did it much better than last time against them last time. We almost blew it the last time. Had to go overtime against Matt Eberflus, but against their interim head coach, we dominated for the most part. Caleb couldn't really do much couldn't do much through the air. He only got 191 yards and the one garbage time touchdown. Would have liked to seen an interception from him, but that did not happen. Aaron Smith almost had an interception there, but just couldn't, but just could not haul that in. I guess the one weakness would be a Russian defense against DeAndre Swift, who got 79 yards on the ground. Yeah, I mean, and then Keenan Allen, their only competent receiver that day with 82 yards and the one touchdown, again garbage time. So yeah, and our defense is lighting it up, and our defense lighting it up in terms of getting stops and all that. A lot of got a couple fourth down stops on Caleb Williams. But we only got to him twice, and that was a little disappointing. Dallas Turner getting a sack, and then the one to start off was Jonathan Grenard with the strip sack, and Blake Cashman returned it, but he could have done better on the return. I guess I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but yeah. But overall defense had a solid night. I mean, when you shut out a team in the first half, I mean, you got to be proud of that. Especially when you get those stops. I mean, the Bears weren't playing for anything; they were already eliminated before the game. So they're like, "Oh, let's go all out for it." That's why they went for 4th and 1 at their own 39-yard line. They could not convert that. So hopefully we can do that against more better teams like the Seahawks, like the Packers, like the Lions. It's gonna be a fight. It is gonna be a fight for that number 1 seed. Minnesota currently has a good shot of it if we win out and get the strength of victory. Currently leading strength of victory over the Seattle Seahawks right now. Oh my God, the Seahawks against the Philadelphia Eagles right now. I'm thinking about the Seahawks right now. I will talk a little bit about the Seahawks in just a moment. But because at the start of this week, I thought it was, we were probably going to play Sam Howell and all that, but it's looking like we're going to play Geno Smith. But what was I going with? I don't know. But overall, I like where this team is heading. I like that Aaron Jones is holding onto the ball better. He had 86 yards and a touchdown, did the bank full. Cam Akers, great seeing him getting a touchdown too. Sam Darnold, not the most accurate day. 231, one touchdown, the one interception. He sort of had to throw it because it was fourth down, or else it would have been a turnover on downs. So a little concern there, but Bears do have a good passing defense. I mean, but of course, there's at the same time they sort of almost given up on the season. Going to be interesting how the Bears do against the Lions tomorrow. I'm going to refer to it as tomorrow just because it's just because I haven't gone to bed. I haven't gone to bed, so Sam. In terms of through the air, 73 yards and the touchdown to Justin Jefferson. It was great to see beforehand. Great to see Chris Carter and Jaden and Reed celebrating. I mean, honoring Randy Moss. He's pretty much almost through the liver cancer. Justin Jefferson, when he got the touchdown after doing the gritty, and we love you, Randy. That was very touch warming. Love that, and and just showing and just honoring him by playing the best that he can. Him and Addison, just like Carter and Moss, both having 7 catches. Addison couldn't get it in the end zone, but he got 63 yards, and they're showing why they're the best wide receiver duo in the NFL right now. Hawkinson, he got a handful of catches, 5 catches, 52 yards, showing why he's a good number 3 option for Sam Darnold. And it's going to be a really big challenge tomorrow in Seattle against Mike McDonald's defense. Packers shown that they can. I mean, that it can be done. So if they can do it, we can do it. I think Aaron Jones might. I mean, I don't know exactly the exact strength of the Seahawks. I'm not sure if their run defense, or their pass defense is better. One moment. Pass defense, sort of in the. Am I not seeing the Seahawks on here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. And then the Russian defense, again, yeah, Seahawks, a little bit better passing defense. So we could see maybe a bigger day from Aaron Jones. I don't know, but we are going to get like a fully healthy Seattle Seahawks team. Kenneth Walker going to be back, Geno Smith. And they really don't have any major, and that's great. We get to see how good we are in a hostile environment because there's a good chance for me to be having him play on the road the entire playoffs. Of course, that's in turn, that's the mindset. If we're gonna go if we do try to go all the way, we're gonna have to probably play all the games on the road. And maybe even in Seattle, especially if we lose to Seattle. If Seattle wants to win that division, they are really competing to win that division because getting a wild card spot is going to be very hard for them. They do not have an easy. I mean, they don't have really an easy schedule. They play us and the Rams. I mean, the Bears, I guess, is the only real winnable game for them. Even then, that's in Chicago. You never know. So Seahawks, it's really a must-win game for them if they do want to make the playoffs. For the Minnesota Vikings, they're still, like I said, they're still competing for number 1. Detroit has to play the Bears. You never know what's going to happen. I'm sort of in agreement with some others that it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than what people think, but I still think Detroit's going to win in a high-scoring game. Same thing with the 49ers. It could be close, but also could be like a high-scoring game. So it's really going to come down to that Week 18 game against Detroit, which I'm so excited for. I am so excited, and I just hope that we can if we can make it to that point, just getting to a Week 18 against Detroit. That would be the dream. That would be the absolute dream because no one thought we could make it to this point. No one thought. I mean, I didn't think we would be last. Everyone else thought we would be last in the division, but I thought we were going to be third, though, but no one thought that we'd be in position. And I'm so happy that we're playing with house money. It feels good. I know now how fans felt last year playing with house money, and I'm just here for the ride. To be honest, whether we finish the season 12-5 and we get bounced in the first round, or we finish 15-2, win the Super Bowl, or a combination of that, I'll be. I mean, I'm happy for the future because I know we have a great coach in Kevin O'Connell, um, that can lead in this offense and lead whoever is at quarterback. I know there are some people that hello, Jared, hello, that think that that JJ McCarthy is going to be a bust. I and it's just going to be another Mac Jones. But hey, you know, I think Kevin O'Connell is the new quarterback whisperer. Step off Kyle Shanahan. Here comes Kevin O'Connell, who can actually win, who can win a Super Bowl, because he did that with Matthew Stafford. If he can do it with Matthew Stafford, if he can win with Matthew Stafford, he can win. I think he can. I think I know Stafford was already good, was already pretty good, but I think Kevin O'Connell knows what he's doing. When you give the player weapons, like the 49ers did with like with a good run. We'll see what happens with the running back position next year. But I think I think but when you have a Jefferson and Addison and a Hawkinson, and you have the 49ers who have who Ayuk when he's actually good, and healthy, and then well, Debo now, I don't know what Debo's now not doing so great. He's dropping everything, but you got a George Kittle too. But like at their prime, at the 49ers prime, they had Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle. We have Addison, we have Jefferson, and we have Hawkinson. I know they didn't say the correct order. Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. It makes a quarterback's lives a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. And the only way Sam Darnold's going to be back next year is if we pretty much go or to Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. That's it. Because I don't think we need to, and I have not. But I don't think we need to invest so much invest that much money in quarterback, unless he is absolutely the reason why. He's not a patch, unless you're like a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, who's the reason why you're winning games. You're winning games because of the system itself. Kevin O'Connell and the rest of the coaching staff, Josh McCown, they're the reason why that's more valuable to me. That's more valuable to me than the quarterback itself. So, will JJ be as good with this injury? It's not he's saying he's young. This is not Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, we saw the decline with Kirk Cousins and his injury, his Achilles injury. This is more of a knee thing. If this is more of Achilles, then we might have to look at it. But I don't think this will, impact his mobility early on. Impact his mobility long term, because he is young. If he was much older, I would be more concerned about it, of course. But I think, yeah. I think he'll be solid. Of course there's gonna be growing pains. There's gonna be rookie growing pains, but I think toward the end of this season he'll be much better. I think if Caleb was in our system, he would be better. I think a lot of these other quarterbacks could even be better in our system. So that's just my opinion. on it. But in regards to looking ahead toward the rest of the season, it is always the thing. Okay, Sam Darnold, if he wants to come back, it needs to be like maybe on a franchise tag or a 1 year thing. I mean, Daniel Jones, I don't know how he would do. I mean, we're going to try to get the most out of him. We are. Sam, if it's the right price, or else Daniel Jones. So that's just sort of my thing, but I don't think anybody I don't think Sam Darnold wants to be a quarterback too. That's just my opinion. That's just the mood I get from it. But yeah. So, but Minnesota, again, one game at a time. The thing I'm worried about most tomorrow is it's between JSN and Kenneth Walker. I don't know, I'm a little bit more worried about JS. I mean, I'm worried, I guess, more about JSN just because our pass defense is not that great. Geno Smith, you look at the Seahawks injury report. And Geno, I believe, was a full participant the whole way through. So Geno's going to play. Geno, we know he is going to play. So it's going to be very crucial, trying to contain. I mean, he's mobile. And I mean, not the mobility that he used to be, but like he's still semi-mobile. And that's going to be a problem for us. I mean, but the team said we're ready to play Geno. We're ready to play Geno. Like they were prepared to play Geno. They're not looking at Sam Howell or anything. Once they saw especially the full participant Wednesday, yeah, it's going to be Geno. And Sam Howell, it's not really. And if it was Sam Howell, I'll be very confident winning the game tomorrow. Just because it's in Seattle, it worries me a whole lot. It really worries me a whole lot. Because we just do not have good luck in Seattle. And I mean, it's going to be rainy. It is going to be raining tomorrow, guys. So it is good. So, yes. I mean, so yeah, but at the same time, I am still going to be worried about JSN the most, even though there might not be as much passing. We might have to rely on the running game more, which Aaron Jones and Kenneth Walker, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. But I really, really hope that we can still pass the ball. I really hope we can do it. It's supposed to be like light-ish. It's supposed to be. I mean, it's hopefully light-ish. Maybe heavy rain throughout the game. So I don't know. It could be a low-scoring game. I know. Oh, God. Ugh. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want it to be the Blair Walsh thing all over again. I love Will Reichard. Talking about Will Reichard, he was perfect. Love him. 3 of 3. Longest was 52, but outdoors in the rain, I don't know. But he's got to test it. He's got to test that leg in tough conditions. Especially if we have to go to a Philadelphia. That's the only if Philadelphia, or if it rains in Tampa Bay, that would also be another thing. Or if we have to go back to a Seattle. Those are the 3 places which would be tough. But hopefully, if we can win out, we don't have to worry about any of that. We can just stay at home. So, but the rest of the team, Minnesota played well. I guess the only loser you could say was Sam Darnold, just because he wasn't accurate. And I'm worried about the accuracy in the rain. But hopefully Jefferson S. and Hawkins can all make up for that. So, yeah. But the Seahawks, I don't know. I don't know. Um, all I know is that if Seattle wins, I'm not going to hear the end of it from everybody. I'm not going to hear the end of it. Um, but just because, like, I don't know. Just because, like, oh, we could win. Oh, maybe we could. Like, I started like, I didn't. I'm not trying to get my head too big. I know there's other Viking fans that are getting their heads big. That, oh yeah, we're gonna win division, all that. But like, no, I'm like, maybe we're still in it. We're still in it. So I'm like, I'm hedging my bets basically. I'm trying to hedge my bets, but I know it may seem like, oh, we're gonna definitely take the. I know some people may interpret what I say as, oh, we're gonna win just watch out, we're gonna get the number one seed. But like the door, for me, it's just like the door's opened. I just like that we have the opportunity. There's a chance we can do that. I mean, like, we can do this. Not doesn't mean we will. That doesn't mean we are guaranteed to do it. Trust in slinging Sam Darnold. We gotta trust. Gotta trust in slinging Sam Darnold. So yeah. Um, Stop Tyler Lockett, even though he falls on, even though he falls down the ground after he catches the ball. And DK Metcalf, even though, and I mean, he's sort of been doing. I mean, he's sort of been doing like the Justin Jefferson role. He's making space for JSN. So yeah, that's all I really got. That's all I really gotta. I gotta say in terms of that. But again, mark my words with numbers. As fans, we have to put. I just don't want to get too confident. Like, there's that Viking. That's a part of me that's like, I don't know. There's been other times we've been in this situation. We just have to win out, and then we can get the number one seed. Whether it was in New Orleans. I mean, 2000. Sorry, whether it was 2009 or 2017. Actually, no, I don't think it was 2009 because I think the Saints were already 13-0, and then since they already clinched number one, they just lost the last three games. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but 2017 was the best example of this. All we had to do is win out and we get the number one seed, but we lost to Carolina and Cam Newton in Carolina, and we gave up the number one seed, and we had to go to Philadelphia. And the thing is, I'm getting like, especially if we do not win the strength of victory. If we do not win the strength of victory, which more than likely we will, but there's always that chance that we don't. If we're both 15 and Philly finishes first and we are second, again, I'm gonna have PTSD because I know where this heads. Vikings, Eagles, NFC Championship game in Philadelphia. And I just do not want that. I do not want that. But if it is in Minnesota, I would love that. I'm just going to say that first and foremost. The ultimate Super Bowl I would want, if the Vikings were to somehow make it, or it was Vikings Broncos in New Orleans. Adam, anybody wonder why Vikings Broncos? Why Vikings Broncos? One reason. One reason only. And it's because of one man. And you already know who that man is. Sean fracking Payton. Sean Payton. I want to beat Sean Payton in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. I want to. That would be my dream. The second one, of course, beating the Chiefs and stopping the three-peat, but those are like very close together. If the Vikings win out and the Eagles do as well, who wins the number one seed? I am so happy. I am so happy you asked. Let's take out the bookmark. So, Let's do that right now. There's a tweet about this. Let me present, share screen. Okay. So, oops, sorry for the backgrounds. Okay. So, according to this, the Vikings, need 14 of these 13, 18 possible points. Eagles need 25 for the last 3 weeks. Oh, this already posted up here too. Never mind. Okay. So this is how it's going to go. If we both finish 15-2. Remember, it's one game at a time. It is one game at a time, but I kept this just in case. I keep it bookmarked just in case. So, and it also just makes the other games just fun to watch. Houston, KC. Houston could not do it today. Prayers up for Tank Dell, of course. So Eagles now only need 24 of the last point, 24, while we only need 14. Why some of these are labeled 2 and 3? So basically, we're rooting for the teams that we beat. So we want the teams that we beat getting back to win. So like the Jets, we beat Arizona, Atlanta, especially Atlanta. Atlanta, we have to be big Falcon fans. I would say big Kirkle fans, but got to be big Falcon fans because Atlanta beat the Eagles. We lost to we beat the Falcons. The Eagles lost the Falcons. Opposite with the Rams. We lost the Rams. Eagles beat the Rams. And why something like this is like 3 is because the Eagles play Washington twice a year, and they also lost to Atlanta. So this is that's 3 points. It's a 3-point swing, basically, in terms of the weight of the value of the game. The points represent the weight of the value of the game. So the rooting interests are going to be in purple. So we need the Jets to beat the Rams, which I don't think is going to happen. Arizona beating Carolina definitely can happen. The Falcons beating the Giants definitely can happen. Bears beating, we need to root for the Bears to beat the Lions. San Fran can definitely beat Miami. Tampa Bay can beat Dallas. Green Bay and Green Bay can definitely beat New Orleans. So already, I think we can get 2, 4, 5. Let's skip the Chicago one. 7, 8 of the 14 points already needed. So, and then you have all these games left. You got all these games left. Only need 6. Like if the results the most likely results happen from up here happen, we only need 6 points out of all the rest of these games. So like, I'll just point this out. KC beating Pittsburgh definitely can happen. So only 5 points left. Houston beating Baltimore, no. Chicago beating Seattle, Denver beating Cincinnati, that could definitely happen. So let's just bring that down to 4. And then Arizona beating the Rams, probably not. Indy beating the Giants, definitely bring that down to 2. Las Vegas beating New Orleans, maybe. Tampa Bay definitely going to beat Carolina, bring that down to 1. And then Tennessee over Jacksonville could definitely happen, and then that's it. And then we can also add Miami could beat Cleveland, Atlanta beating Carolina, maybe. Tampa Bay beating New Orleans, Indy beating Jacksonville. So overall, I think it is almost, if everything is set to happen, if everything is all the results happen the way they should, Minnesota will lock up the number 1 seed. So, but again, one game, I got to tell everybody, one game at a time. Seattle is not an easy game. It is going to be a very, very tough game. So, hoping for the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we will be live for that game tomorrow. Well, technically today, but I like to say tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. I know it starts at 3:05. So maybe try to be on 5 minutes before. But we are going to have a fun time. I'm going to just say that first and foremost. So hopefully we're just hoping for a close game, to be honest. If it can be a close game, let's make that hey, that's good. But if we can get a dominant win, even better. So I'm just here for the ride, and I'm absolutely loving it. I am absolutely loving it. And I hope that if we can get it to, if we can get to if we can at least get it to, we can get a week 18 game against the Lions, that means something. That would be great too. But yeah, I mean, I love the confidence, Jerry. I love the confidence. And if we get that number 1 seed, I think I might be just as confident as you are. So cheers, Wookie. Cheers, Wookie. I can't wait next week to play you guys. You guys are going to have, it's going to be a great battle for sure. So hopefully we can maybe not just next week, but hopefully maybe even see you guys in the playoffs. So NFC North rules minus the Bears. But I hope you have a great Christmas. I hope everyone has. I know I'm going live. I'm gonna say this tomorrow too, but I hope everyone has a great Christmas. And and that we're just rocking and rolling. So Bears still suck. And the Bears are slowly dying, and they're just gonna be lost in the abyss. So hey, I'm fine with it. I know everyone wants a super division, where all the teams are good, but hey, if it's just Lions, Vikings, and Packers, I'm for it. And then I'm for it. If we can get, I'm for it. And then we can just, the Bears in the corner. We're gonna take the North, and we're never gonna give it back. Well, you can't give back what you haven't been able to take. So that's my message to all the Bears fans out there. So Cowboys suck. They're not going to probably make the play. They're not going to make the playoffs. So life is good. Life is good. All is right in the world. So that's all. That's all I really want to reiterate here. So, but yeah. So, can't wait, and can't wait again to see what happens. I know I'm rambling on. Sorry for that. My bad. My B. Take care. Good luck. So, thank you all for watching game stream. We're gonna rock and roll, and love you all. This has been Adam, also known as Minnesota Vikings Man 28, and as always, Skull.